So we're here with Euan Little from Asset Man, and we're just going to ask him a few questions about how he uses Dynamic CRM. So Euan, could you give us a quick insight into what your business does?
At the moment we're attempting to be an ISV, but we're a very small business working in a strong niche market, and we deal in asset management, primarily for what I would call linear networked assets, which are things like gas, water, electricity, fibre, roads, and even rail. And they're assets that are linked, so if one fails the whole network's down, so you need to have a whole maintenance plan, you need to have asset management, and you need to have capital replacement works going on to ensure that your network holds together. And so that's what we do. And we've worked it in several systems in the past, and now we've decided to use the CRM platform to build the application in that.
Oh, brilliant. So what are some of your favourite features of Dynamic CRM?
The flexibility. When we hand over to a client, they're going to have flexibility to do a lot of additional things that in the past they'd have had to bring another consultant in and pay extortionate fees. There's a downside to that they're going to go away, go home at night, have a nightmare, come back in the morning, and we're going to have a mess to clean up. But we're figuring out how to restrain that and how to stop it from happening. Well, prevent it anyway.
Very good. And so what are some of the features that are widely used within your business?
Of CRM? We are going outside the standard CRM because it's not a marketing business. These guys really manage the assets, they do maintenance works on them, their maintenance guys actually build their capital, so a fella could go out in a truck and use 3 parts today and it's on maintenance, and you could use the same 3 parts tomorrow and it's capital building. So there's the whole process about deciding what's capital, what's maintenance, and managing that, because these businesses are generally heavily regulated, and there is a regulator like the Electricity Commission or the Commerce Commission who control their pricing and control the amount of money they can spend, and also they can control their reliability. So the beauty of CRM that I'm using is the ability for us to develop these things about managing the network reliability, how many outages, how many customers were out, and manage that side of the customers rather than from a marketing point of view.
Brilliant. So in terms of how you use Dynamic CRM within your business, what are some of the features that you'd like to see in the next version?
That's a hard one. I found a couple of foibles which I'm still trying to figure out how things work, and I'm sure they're mistakes. The generation of pick lists I've found to be a bit confusing, and I'd like to see a bit more a pick list being an A table or an entity on their own rather than stuck on every form you're going to use. And some of the many-to-many relationship restrictions that they have, I'd like to see loosened up a little bit. There's quite an opportunity to enable a greater degree of flexibility in there. And also, when you're doing a one-to-many relationship, you get only one field, and I'd like to go have a one-to-many relationship plus have several other attributes available to my form. But I'm sure that will come because we've done it in the past in another .NET platform. Brilliant.
And so you've highlighted a few then, but what are some of the challenges you've had when working with CRM, and how have you overcome them?
I haven't had many challenges in working in CRM, and overcoming them, it's a question of Google, and you can go on and somebody's come up against or been around what you're trying to achieve, and they'll generally steer you in the right direction. And I think that's one of the beauties of CRM, is you don't get that with any other software. You've got to go back to the manufacturer and the guy who holds the code, and if he's ready to listen to you or talk to you, you might get a half answer, and if he's not, then you don't. Whereas with CRM, it's far more universal marketplace, and it's a lot easier to get information out or workarounds.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, a pleasure.